Hi guys, and welcome back here to the Dev Realm, and we carry on our series. And if you guys remember what we did on the last episode, is that we have set up, we done this part here where we loading the information to our player components that's attached to our player controller, and we also have created a variables folder that has all the data that we set up. So what we're going to be doing today is that we're going to be creating a widget logic. So the widget in Helldivers, I don't need to show you guys how it works, but basically it shows up as a page on the right and then allows us to do all sorts of things, like as you hold control, you press the key combinations, and then that's the key that you're basically looking for. Right, so to do that, I'm going to close everything. We're going to go back to the Helldivers folder, and I'm going to create another one called widget. And in the widget folder, I'm going to right click, and I am going to create a new user interface. And that user interface we're going to call WBP, and this is going to be the Helldive console, let's say window, right? And what we're going to do here, we're going to add a canvas, and we're going to have the canvas here, and the canvas we're gonna add a window around here, and probably gonna have a console just to see the last actions that you used. Right, so to do this, we need first a border. Let's add a border. And now that I have a border, I'm gonna call this the terminal, or no, I'm just gonna call here the spawn loadouts. And I am gonna attach this to this. I'm gonna anchor to the middle of the screen, position 0 0, and I'm not sure how big I want this to be, so probably gonna explore doing by, let's say 500. So I'm gonna do size on X 500, or maybe 400 by 500. It's bigger, a little bit bigger, and it has the the size. It's okay. Right, so I'm gonna make sure everything's 0.00 and the alignment 0.5, and actually 0, and this is gonna be 1 or 0.5 on that. Yeah, so it stays exactly in the middle as we play the game. Great. So the next thing that we need to do here is that we just need to get rid of this white color because it's very distracting. Let's just make sure it's almost black, and we make sure the opacity maybe like 0.2, very subtle, or 0.4, let's say, because you don't want this to be a problem on the game as well. You don't want this to affect the playability of the user. Now we kind of have to build this design here, right? So how would you approach this? There's many ways you can do it. Some people, they like to use like you could use many, like, so you could use a horizontal box, you could use a vertical box inside a grid, or you could use a grid system to do this. So the way I like to do this is just by creating a horizontal box which will contain all this stuff, and then I have the icon, and then I have another vertical box which will have the title and this stuff together so they get aligned properly. So let's do it. It sounds complicated, but it's very easy to do. If you guys also want to get more into our, I have a full UI UX design course for Unreal Engine that you can follow up for free here on YouTube. Just check out my playlist. So the next thing we're doing here is that we're gonna add a border, right? And this border is gonna be basically where we're gonna keep actually, we don't need a border. We just need a horizontal box. No border for this. Nice. Now the horizontal box will have a border inside, which will be the icon frame, and we can probably call this the icon frame, right? And the icon frame is gonna have a texture or a image, and we're gonna add the image here. Now what we're doing is that we're gonna wrap this with a size box, because we don't want this to get too big. So we're probably gonna change the width and the height to something, let's say 100 by 100. So it's quite small. Now, as you can see, nothing is changing properly. So I'm gonna wrap this with a border, I think. And the border, I think instead of a border, let me just double check. Maybe we could wrap with, so you have the horizontal box. Maybe if I can wrap with a size box. The size box, maybe for the override, maybe that wouldn't work really well. Let's just leave the horizontal box for now. I'm just gonna size to content for now, and then after we see how can we make sure that they stay in the same size even on the page. Right, as you can see, this is quite big. It's not how it should be. So let's do 64 by 64. Okay, and then after we can export this size here. So I think what we could do, maybe that's the, you know what, you could wrap with a border. So increase the border size. It doesn't size the content, it's just like, no, just leave it the way it was. Yeah, we come back to that in a second. Right, because what we're looking for is the things inside here, really. Right, so we have here the frame, icon frame, and the icon. Right, so let's focus on that first. Let's make this look good. So the first thing here for the frame, I'm gonna go to the brush, and we're gonna go back to the textures, frames, and I'm gonna drag and drop this texture here. And now for the icon, if you guys remember, we have a folder full of icons. Just gonna drag and drop that inside the brush, and that's gonna be inside here. I'm just gonna add a padding of, let's say 5 or maybe 10. Maybe 10 is too much. 5 is good, just so you know, you can see the icon in a better way. Right, now that we have this stuff set up, which is quite exciting, I'm gonna go to the horizontal box. I'm gonna right click, and I am gonna add, so I'm gonna search on the palette for vertical box. Nice, so I have a vertical box, and I'm gonna add inside the vertical box title, and I'm gonna look for, let's say, a font or text. It's gonna be just a normal text, and then we're gonna compile and save. Now the Helldivers text, they are this yellow color, so I'm just gonna get the yellow color from, let's say, here. So if you guys want to copy that color, I'm just gonna copy here. I'm gonna go back to the color and opacity, and I'm just gonna paste that, press OK. So I have the same color, which is great. Nice. Now the font, I do not have that font, but that's irrelevant for the moment. You don't really need to use that. I'm just gonna stick with the Roboto. Roboto is fine for now. And now I just realized that I need to basically add and find the icons for the, you know, the arrows, right? The up, down, left, and right. So I'm gonna go back here to the game icons again. Icons, and I think we can search for just, you know, arrow or keyboard keys. Do I have keys? Search for arrow, spears, right and left, and all sorts. So, well, we could use this arrow, and then we can just rotate it within the Unreal Engine, that will probably be the best option. So what we could do here, just for the the color of the image, you can just paste the hex color. Oh no, that's no, I don't like it. Let's just reset. Can I change the gradient, the color, background, edge, background? Oh, that's fine. I'll just leave it right like this for now. I'm gonna download as a PNG, right? Great. Now that I have the icon, as you can see, it's not really the icon, but that doesn't matter. You can add anything there. It's just so we can get this up and running with our engine. Now, on the icons here, I'm just gonna drag and drop the arrow. It's called growth, but that's fine. Nope, I didn't copy. Nice. I'm gonna save all this stuff, which is great. Now, I'm gonna create something different here. So you know that we created this frame here, right? So what I want to do is that I want to make this more reusable in a second, but let's focus on the arrow first. So the arrow here, we're gonna create a new component, a new widget interface, and I'm gonna call this again WBP, and I'm gonna call here key action, right? Or instead of actions, I'm just gonna call action. It's a single one. And what I'm gonna be doing here is that I think, just double check on Windows if I can just, yeah, I can do, like, I'm just gonna rotate. I'm gonna do this in a very junky way for now. And I apologize if you guys, if you're on a Mac or if you're on a Linux. I'm just gonna delete this, and I'm just gonna go back to here. So I'm gonna have, up. I'm gonna copy and paste, and I'm gonna, just rotate this to that. I'm gonna call this arrow left. If I refresh the page, it should change that to, I save that. Well, that, download. Oh, that's already saved. Great. Nice. And I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna do up, and I'm gonna do right. Now I'm just gonna, do I have all the stuff saved? Oh, I think I saved in the wrong location. Yeah, okay. I saved down the wrong location. Let's save. Let me just save this as a number 2. Ah, can't type. No, it doesn't allow me to save here. Card resources. Ah, okay. So let me start over because I already messed this up a couple of times. So I'm just gonna copy and paste, go back. That's fine. I'm gonna rotate. That's fine. Rotate. It's fine. Then that one, I'm just gonna put it up. All right, that was very stressful, but that's okay. We done it. Cool. If I go that, so we go up, down, right, I need left. Okay, great. So all done properly. Cool. So I'm gonna copy this and move to my Unreal Engine finally. I wasn't prepared for that, but that's good. Right, so now we're gonna just call this left, and we're gonna have, up, but no, right, sorry. We're gonna have here down, and then we're gonna have here up. All right, so, and I'm gonna do this in the most simple way, very simple. It's not gonna be complicated. So the first thing that we need to do here on our key action is that go to variables, and we're gonna search for, so it's gonna be the, the action type, action type, and we're gonna search for keys, make sure it's public, and there is an option to expose on spawn, right? Now what we're gonna do here is that we're gonna just create here the icon. So I'm gonna get the icon, I'm gonna put it, sorry, image. I'm gonna search for an image. It's gonna drag and drop right here, and we're gonna call this the action image. And what we're gonna be doing now is that we are gonna assign this automatic based if it's up, down, right, or left, doesn't matter. So to do that, we're gonna get the action image, and we're gonna, call the node set texture, and here's where we're gonna have the texture. What we could do here, I think we're probably gonna do this on pre-construct, so we can see what the thing looks like. We can call a node called select, and we bring this action type here. And as you can see, we have up, down, right, and left, and all that stuff they already know. And now we can just basically, get down, assign down, up. Let's say we go right, you assign to the right, and you have left, and you assign to the left, right? If you, for example, doing this for a mobile game, yeah, or let's say you're doing for a PlayStation or a Nintendo Switch, you would have some kind of a switch here that would basically get the platform type, and then you do the same logic. But since we're just doing for computer, don't worry about that. All right, with this thing done, I think we can probably see what's going on here with our image. I'm just gonna go back and find Desire on screen, just so it doesn't get too junky. And all we can do is that we can play up and see what's going up, right? Up, down, right, and left. And that's changing as we see. Now let's go back to our design, and where we put the icon there, I'm gonna create a horizontal box. I'm gonna drag and drop this horizontal box here, and I'm gonna search for this key action, the key action. Now, you're gonna have many actions, and it's gonna be up, down, right, and left, or down. And I think we do need to add some kind of a gap on this. This is pretty much what's gonna look like. And we're gonna have here, let's say, tank strike. And that's what we're having here for now. And now for the horizontal box, let's just make the UI a little bit more nice, which is basically we need to add some spacing because we have this, this title here. Let's just add some padding to the left. Let's say 10, so it looks a little bit more detached. They will have also some padding as well, so we're gonna add some padding to the left. But this is gonna be more when we start to do dynamically the loops. As you can see, start to look very nice already. And we can maybe, let's see if that's fine. I'm gonna wrap this with scroll box, and then I can duplicate that. And I think what you're looking for is that you wrap this now with a vertical box, because you want to make sure things are in a vertical box. Oh, no vertical box, sorry. gonna wrap with a horizontal box. And now you can just copy and paste. Oh, actually, that is not right. It should be, because if I add, let's say, copy and paste, I change that to vertical to horizontal, let's say. Yeah. Size the content, but let's just go back in here, change that to vertical. Just double check why. So you got the vertical box. Okay, because I'm repeating. Yeah, okay. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna drag and drop this outside. Let's fix this, the mess that I did there. Because this horizontal box has already, I added two items inside. So it's the tank, all this stuff, plus the, yeah. So this should be outside here. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. So basically now what we have here is that we have horizontal box with our size box, which has our icon frame with the icon, and then I have a vertical box which has a title, and then I have a horizontal box within the vertical box with our key actions, and we can rename this the spawn parent, just so we know what they are. Now on our box here, we can add something. We can add now a vertical box, and now within this vertical box we can drag and drop the parent, and now we can copy and paste the parent a couple of times, and why is the duplicate? There we go. Yeah, because I was copy and paste in the wrong place. But anyway, you just select on top and you duplicate, and now we have a list coming up here. So what we're going to be doing for the next video is that we're going to creating the ability to make this into a component, so I don't have to be dealing with this on this part anymore, and that can be dynamic generated as the player load all the loadouts for the screen. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next one.